EMILIA Pérez is a musical crime film written and directed by Jacques Audiard. The French production is based on Audiard's opera of the same name, which was in turn loosely based upon Boris Razon's 2018 novel. The film stars Zoe Saldana, Carla Sofia Gascon, and Selena Gomez, and follows a Mexican cartel leader who enlists a lawyer to help the leader disappear by transitioning into a woman. Its original songs were written by Camille, while its original score was provided by Clement Ducal. The choreographic sections of the film are designed by Damien Jeannette. This review will be spoiler-free. I am shocked that this film is getting so much awards buzz. It has more Oscar nominations than any other film this year. And as much as I like to be positive on this channel, I unfortunately have to add fuel to the fire with this one. This is one of the worst movies I've seen in a while. The only praise that I can give it is that it has good cinematography, and Zoe Saldana gives a good performance in spite of the material that she is given to work with. With recent disappointments such as Wonka, Mean Girls, Joker Folie à Deux, and Moana 2, this is another stain on the musical genre. Thankfully, we had Wicked recently because I love musicals, and it seems to be the one genre that general audiences tend to have a bias against. As a musical, EMILIA Pérez doesn't work for me. The songs just aren't good. There are some nice ideas in one or two songs, but they feel like they simmer in verses and never hit crescendos. The song that the kid sings about "you smell like my dad" and all that is nice in concept, I think. Yes, I praise Saldana, but she isn't given much opportunity to really sing here. She has a nice voice and a nice part in the song that she sings with the doctor, but the doctor's part was laughably monotone with ridiculous lyrics. I'm sure many of you have seen the song about a certain medical procedure that is going around as a meme, man to woman, woman to man, that one. I laughed so hard in the cinema when that scene came on. No one else laughed, and I was so confused because that song is just absurd on so many levels. Like, it's truly absurd. The lyrics are insane. The melody is quite shocking, just very monotone. I was confused. Like, was I supposed to find that funny? I don't know. Wikipedia lists this as a musical crime comedy, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that this is a comedy. Don't get me wrong, I certainly laughed, like I said, but there was nothing genuinely funny about this film. This is like when Tommy Wiseau tried to claim that The Room was a black comedy. You know he intended for it to be a serious drama. He was just saying that in reaction to the response to the film. The message behind EMILIA Pérez is confusing. Does Jacques Audiard expect me to view Emilia as a tragic character that deserves sympathy just because they had a sex change operation? Emilia killed a lot of people and caused trauma to her family. I am not exactly sympathetic of the character. The character just lies all their life. They certainly had potential, I guess, but they were so badly written, and I honestly don't think Carla Sofia Gascon did a great job playing the part. And yet, Carla is so heavily in the awards conversation, receiving an Oscar nomination. Even. Like, ugh. I mean, the same goes for Selena Gomez, who is given bad songs to sing and a ridiculously written character to play. She's actually quite wasted. She can obviously sing well. She's made a career out of that. If you've seen The Fundamentals of Caring, you know that she isn't a bad actress. Many of the songs are really short, and there are long stretches of the runtime where there are no songs. I just don't understand why this was even done as a musical. But I guess it honestly would have been boring otherwise. At least you can laugh at some of the songs. I really did try to engage with this material, I did, but I was just in disbelief at how strange and thoughtless so many of the story choices were. I didn't pay attention to the negative discourse going into the film. I wanted to like it. I go into any film wanting to like the film. I often don't agree with the general consensus, so I just kind of took it like with a grain of salt. But in this case, I really do agree with what most audiences are saying. I agree wholeheartedly. This doesn't seem to be a nuanced portrayal of any of the themes that it's tackling, whether that's identity or crime or culture. I can hardly get behind Zoe Saldana's character either. She is a facilitator of bad people, and we are never given much of an insight into who she is, aside from one throwaway line of dialogue about how she wants kids, which is hardly shown to be a major element of her character, despite what they want us to think by the end. I was so intrigued by the concept of actors and filmmakers that all speak different languages coming together to create art. That seemed like such an interesting idea. The actors have been advocating for the project in interviews with genuine love and passion, and that was really quite encouraging for me going in. After seeing the film, you can't help but wonder if this approach actually hindered the film, as it is lacking in nuance. Many Mexican people have claimed that the film doesn't accurately represent them, and many people who speak the languages spoken in the film claim that the languages are not spoken well in the film. I cannot speak to any of this, of course, but I thought that I would state it regardless. I did praise the cinematography earlier, but I have to say that the lighting in Act 3 especially is quite poor. It is very hard to see what is going on in the finale, and without spoiling anything, there is something that occurs with a car that I thought was just hilarious. I laughed out loud at that part as well. The ending of the film screams like the writers didn't know where to take the story or characters, and the very final moments are bizarre in their messaging. I cannot recommend this film. The story was confused, and the characters were badly written. The only things that I can praise are the cinematography, which in and of itself wasn't incredible, and I guess I can praise the performance from Zoe Saldana. I don't know what the industry and professional critics see in this, but I'm with the audience on this one. I don't like this movie.